I started up a corporation from a conversation. I started up new way of thinking for a generation. I started up straight from the bottom, going straight to the top. Went from the block, got in the building, brought it back to the block. Organizing all of my hustlers, no more running from cops. We just cleaning this trap money, can you like it or not? I started up.
Welcome to Unionsociety, You and I on Society. I am your host, Montana Black. Of course, y'all already know we got Hot Roz in the building. What's up,
y'all?
Roz?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Not
We
much.
also got Q Mo, Fresh Flow up in the joint. You know what I'm saying? And your man, Jock Kim.
You already know, Jock
You know what I'm saying?
We don't stop.
Jock the Rock.
I like that.
You know
Jock
what I
the
mean?
Rock.
Yo, listen, it's been a crazy weekend. We're going to kick it off. Like, how was your weekend, Roz?
It was pretty good. I was on call for work, so, I had to, do a couple of things with the...
Do a couple of things?
With the job and everything like that.
Okay,
but,
all right. So
you know.
you had a working weekend?
Not too busy, though. It was good, though.
Good.
Yeah.
How about you, Q?
Just did some real estate stuff and then went to sleep.
You sold a couple houses?
I didn't sell the houses, but we got some stuff in the works.
Okay, nice.
Ja, how was your weekend? I see you got the zellies on tonight.
Yeah, man, we do it classic hip-hop style.
Classic. All the time.
Little travel in my business plans and
Yeah.
executing a few things, man. Got with a few old friends and made it back down home safely, Now we live in the house.
I'm glad you made it back home safely. I'm glad to have you in the building.
And
you
how
know what
was
I'm
your
saying?
What
weekend,
happened to
Black?
you?
Yeah.
This weekend was insane. There was a couple of personal issues that I had to
We forgot
take
one.
care of. There was I was in the studio, had a crazy session. The craziest thing that happened this weekend, right? One of the engineers booked a session here in the studio, some guys from Virginia, right? So the guys came up from Virginia. I'm assuming I don't know any of them, you know what I'm saying? So they come and they sit down. The guy was like, yeah, we originally from Philly. And I was like, oh, yeah, where you from? He was like, Badlands. I was like, oh, I'm from the Badlands. So it's four of them, right? Mm-hmm. And then the guy was listening. And he was like, you from the Badlands? I was like, yeah, Percy and Clearfield. He looked at me in my face. I looked him in his face. He's like, yo, it's Cliff. And I'm like, oh, shit, 12th Street. Like, this is my man. We grew up together, yo. I started bugging.
Small
and then it turned
world,
into a reunion. And we in here and had the Henny and the Jack Daniels flowing.
Right,
and I'm thinking they're going to get in here and start rapping. They started singing. Like, it was phenomenal.
Right,
it was
that's what's up.
crazy. It was a great session. Like,
I could feel the energy. You just
the
talking about
energy
it.
was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Then my man, Bo, his cousin, D, he was here, and me and Bo, we got kicked out of high school together. Like, we went to Stetson. They had to make a school for us to go to, which was called Stetson Alternative. They made it out of an old post office.
Oh,
Wow.
Like, you would have thought it was
That's
an
like a daylight, twilight type.
yeah, it was. You would have thought it was like a LD school or something because it only had 5 teachers, 1 floor, and you just went to 5 rooms. It was basic education. They didn't want us
They had
around the
round
other
robin
kids.
style
Right.
Yeah, they
classes.
didn't want us around the other kids because we would go to other schools and pick fights
I
and
bet.
shit.
Y'all.
So, it was like
shit up in here.
they kicked. I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. We had this one math teacher. I forget his name. Young black guy. You ever see the movies where the kids are like spitting spitballs and throwing
Yeah.
airplanes and the teacher is at the chalkboard?
That's
That was
class
our
act.
classroom.
Class act.
Right? And the teacher got so mad that he started choking my brother. Like, he literally grabbed my brother by the neck and had him bent over the desk and was choking him.
Like Homer and Bart
And
Simpson.
on some Homer Bart. Yo, we whooped his ass. We dragged him up
as
and
you
down the
should.
school. Like, we fucked this teacher up.
Oh well.
Wow.
Oh,
Like,
well,
the whole
keep your
class.
hands- Oh, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, keep your hands to yourself, man. I don't know what happened to Ball. Never seen him
He
again.
gonna find you
He changed
now.
profession.
He probably did. He probably did. I'm not gonna lie.
He gonna know you now.
But yo, that was like one of the craziest sessions that I've had in the studio so far. We've had some crazy recording sessions here in the studio, but that joint right there, like after we got reunited, and like I haven't seen this guy in over 30 years.
That's crazy.
In over 30 years, yo. And he was like one of the reasons that I got into music. Like, he toured with SWV and like back then with the R&B clique. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I'm trying to remember the name of the group that they had.
And that was hip hop R&B.
Yeah, that was hip hop R&B
Yeah, in
back
the
then.
90s, all of those groups. toured with hip hop acts.
They did. They did. The SWV, Total, and all of them.
Like we used to tour, like when we toured Jade.
Yeah, Jade. I remember Jade.
702.
I remember
All of them was in the same genre, and so in order for them to get out and be competitive,
They
with
had
the
to be
other
in that R&B
levels of
tour. I mean,
R&B.
that hip hop tour.
Right. Hip hop
Yeah,
was the foundation
absolutely.
of it.
Absolutely. But we got some crazy topics tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't. I should have texted you earlier.
What you said it happened to you with some kind of a ticket or something?
Some who?
Some about a ticket or something? What happened
Dang,
with
you
that?
Oh
threw
yeah,
him under the bus.
Just right. Jump right into the ticket.
I
We
wanna
gonna
know.
get into the ticket because I got a bone to pick with Philadelphia. Like y'all tripping. Y'all tripping on this
Now,
ticket. We
is
going.
this PPE or
Listen, I got the motherfucking ticket.
Parking
right
Authority?
here.
Oh man.
This is the Philadelphia Parking Authority.
Authority.
Oh, yeah, they're
fools crazy,
notorious.
yo.
Yeah.
No, this is not even the parking authority though. This is like a camera speed sensor.
Yeah, they're notorious.
Those
I
red
got
light
the same
cameras.
one.
I was on a
Like I've never in my life seen nothing like
I got the
this.
same ticket.
I just got this today. Y'all tripping. Like how do you know that thing wasn't malfunctioning?
Right?
How did I don't even speed. I drive like I'm 90. Like y'all we gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
This thing is $100. It's
$100.
$100.
$100.
There was a
$100.
show called Parking Wars that was about Philly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I remember
Like,
that.
No,
also
but
had
here's the
notorious.
kicker, though. Here's the kicker, right? This parking ticket. I have to renew my license in July. My registration, like all of this.
Everything at the same
We're talking
time.
about a good nickel. We're about at a nickel right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do the 2-year registration.
Word.
I know over in Jersey, y'all can do like 5 years, right? Or something like that.
It's like
Yeah, it's
Three.
three. Yeah,
Three.
Y'all can do a
yeah,
3-year
yeah.
registration?
I have a 2-year registration, but I think it's a 3-year registration you could do as well. But
First of all, man, I just got my license 4 years ago. I've never had a driver's license a day in my life.
I can relate.
So y'all, I feel like y'all trying to run the gambit on me, straight up.
Yo,
I don't know.
yes.
Yo,
That's
that's-
Philly,
Yeah.
bro.
yo, you said something real right there.
Yeah.
4 years, right? Yep, I just renewed mine last week.
No, I'm not talking about renew, bro. I never
No.
had one.
Hold on. You renew it every 4 years in Jersey.
Okay.
And by you saying that, I'm realizing that I've had mine for 4 years.
You got to renew yours too.
Yeah, I had a license in New York, but then when I moved down here, it was suspended. I ain't never re-up.
Oh wow. You got to re-up, brother.
I was like,
Re-up gang. Shout out San
I
Cannon.
was,
Y'all know
right. Yo, I drove for like, I drove for years, right? Because somebody used my name when I was a kid.
I used to kick that all the time.
Oh,
That was
wow.
that was notorious
Right?
for that. Yeah, that ain't me. Somebody used my name.
You know, like when I came down here, I'm like, yo, I never had a license in New Jersey. They were like, yes, you did. They had like $5,200 worth of tickets.
What?
So I instantly went on a protest because when I start looking at when they showed me
The history.
the history, I'm like, man, I was in
That ain't
prison
me.
for like 4 of those years. like when they got the license, you know, I could prove
That I was
I was
incarcerated.
in state custody of New York. So I'm like, how in the hell? So we went back and forth for a minute, and they was like, look, well, you're going to have to pay it because it's in your name. And I was like, well, I ain't paying nothing.
Yeah,
And then
yeah. I ain't
Jersey-
paying. I ain't do that. I ain't paying for that.
Especially, I mean,
I
damn.
drove forever.
With no L.
Yeah, then, you know, eventually everything got, you know, legal, and I had my son. I'm like,
Yeah, Jersey don't
I
play.
had to go to
Jersey
war
don't
with
play.
him,
It took me 12 years to get my license. The day I
Word.
got my license, they sent me a letter. PennDOT sent me a letter the next day talking about your license suspended. I said I only had it for one day. Kind of found out it was a joker in Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey, using my name.
Yo.
Now, and
wow.
the crazy part is he was locked up. It took me 12 years to get everything situated. When I went up there, I had to pay his bail to get him out of jail.
What?
Yeah, listen. Listen, he was currently. This is what saved me. He was currently incarcerated. I asked the lady. I said, "Let me see the mugshot." She wouldn't let me see it. I said, "Well, what's my address since it's me?" You know what I mean?
What's my address?
You know, I'm from Philly. You know, I'm going to his door, Jill Scott. You know what I mean? But Joker, he was incarcerated. They let me out. The judge started laughing. Come to find out, I'll just say this: he didn't look like me.
Right.
He doesn't look like. Yeah. he was my brother from another.
Wow.
He was mankind.
That's quite a mix.
Listen, man.
Yeah, I had no license, right? And I got pulled over one day. Well, ran down on one day. Yeah, you know, because I had just moved down to Trenton. I really didn't know they function, and I used an alias. Right?
As you should.
So,
As you should.
But bro, the alias was wanted for murdering a cop.
Oh man!
We've been looking for you.
They were wondering. Like my man was with me, so he was like, "Yo, why the cops like got real serious?" I'm like, I don't know. Like we had like 2 bags of weed on us. You feel me? But it wasn't nothing serious. They was like, why the cops getting all serious? So I don't know. So they came and arrested us. Well, they arrested us. So they get us to the police station down in Union.
Oh,
they happy.
that's
they
where
like,
you don't want to be.
Yeah, they celebrate. They're like, yo.
We got him! We got him!
It was like, we got one. So the whole time, I never forgot the name either. Elijah Shabazz.
Wow.
That sounds like a cop killer. That sounds like a cop killer.
Listen, you know what my alias was?
Anything Shabazz.
My alias was Muhammad Perez. Now, if you find a little...
Y'all both bugging. My alias was Jonathan. Are you kidding me?
You know what's funny?
My alias was Jonathan.
That's too close to my real name.
Yeah, but still. That sounds like some safe shit.
Let me tell you some funny stuff.
Jonathan?
It was the first time I used
like the unibrow.
that type of alias.
Yeah.
Like I thought of that.
The motherfucker they gonna get some water for. You know what I'm saying?
I use my normal alias normally, right? But that one was already used.
Muhammad and Shabazz?
No.
They
Listen to my name. Muhammad Perez.
Muhammad Perez. You a Puerto Rican Muslim?
Right. Salam alaikum, Essay.
Salam alaikum, Essay.
Yo.
Puerto Rican Muslim.
I used to
No,
tell
I
my
want Puerto
African
Rican. I'm
name.
Mexican.
Oh, that's even worse. Cinco de Mayo, salam alaikum.
Hey, I know he ain't had no warrants.
He ain't supposed to be here. He ain't got no warrants or a green card. He ain't got no warrants or a green card. You bugging.
Both his names. Both names.
What are you talking about?
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
I guess only straight arrows in here. I don't have no alias. I never did.
Yes, you did.
Like what?
When you ain't give a nigga your phone number.
You told him your name was Keisha.
No,
I
I
seen you.
I just didn't give it to him.
All right, you all straight arrow. You be killing me, Ross. Yeah, new era.
Cat.
Watch behind you. Watch behind you. Watch behind you.
Watch your head.
New era. She over here kicking that new era.
Arrow what?
Cat.
That was good, y'all.
I was looking at a video of how I flipped when they told me. They was like, "Oh, you wanted for murder." And I was like, "That ain't me."
Hold on. Wait a second. Wanted for what?
I started telling them my real name. Right?
He went the first 48 on himself.
He went the first 48 on himself.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, word is born." I was like, "Hey, look."
First of all,
I was just joking.
First of all, I gave y'all the wrong name, okay?
Let me tell y'all what I did. I was like, "Let me tell y'all what I did."
Hold on. Let me tell y'all what had happened.
It's like the 3 bags of weed is right here.
Listen, I got weed on me, right? That ain't me.
Yeah, it's
I don't
funny,
care what
right?
your ID
Because
says. It's just
I
not.
was
It's
never
you.
so happy
To be yourself.
to take a charge. Like, bro, when they gave me that criminal impersonation, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, damn!"
Yo, you killing me, John. My neck hurt right now. You killing me.
I was like, "Damn!"
You
I'm
been
happy.
crying.
I was.
I can remember, right?
Yo, Seriously crying.
Yeah, like you get stuck for a cop killing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You tell a cop a fake name, right? I used to have his name, right, but I used it up. It was Daoul Kism, right? So
Daryl Kism.
Daoul Kism.
Okay.
You keep getting the Muslims.
Yeah,
in
I know,
trouble,
right?
bro. No. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why
That's an African name.
African.
Daoul?
No, it sound African. It's really loud music spelled backwards. So,
Shit.
I like that.
That's good. That's good.
I always use it, but I had used it.
That's an album
already
title, by the way.
in Jersey, right? So I was like, if they if they run that, they're gonna pull up the little hit I got out there when I first came down here, went to the shore.
Right.
Got some stuff at the shore. I used that name then. So I said, man, a lot of Shabazz. And they went and ran that shit. That shit came back cop killer. But
How they spell it right though? I'm trying to figure it out.
But what happened was
Yeah, did a
they had
woman
already
seven
had
on
him
undercover
in
cop?
custody a week before.
They had to kill her in custody.
Yeah, and the
Oh, that you
warrant
locked
was
up.
still, yeah, the warrant was
Yeah.
still in the system, but they ain't tell me that until after they gave me that criminal impersonation
Yeah, they pressed
charge.
you
Like,
heavy.
yeah, like
They
6
knew you
tickets.
was lying.
Dang.
Yeah,
They knew you was
for
lying.
real.
Listen,
Yo,
bro.
look, I told them I was lying. Once they said, man, look,
April Fool.
JK.
I'll take that.
It was 187 on the undercover
I was like,
cop.
I'll take that in a minute. Give me that criminal
that's
impersonation
crazy.
charge.
But let me tell you this story though, bro. Like, I didn't have a driver's license for 27 years, right? I've had multiple cars, multiple cars.
Right.
So, they pull me over, they take my car, I go down to the pound, pay a little bread, get my car back, because I always had it in somebody else's name or whatever, like my girlfriend or somebody, right? So, I'm out one night, I'm going to Champagne's, I get pulled over.
Old school.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, all right, I'm telling John, like, listen, I ain't got no license. So
Just by the way.
they probably listen, we gonna switch, they gonna make you drive, they gonna give me a ticket, I'll pay the ticket, don't worry about it. They come over, they's like, oh yeah, you scoutflaw, you got 6 outstanding tickets for driving without a license.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what that mean? They're like, you gotta come with us.
They're like, get out of the car, sir.
I was like, all right, look, shorty, go ahead, drive home. I'm going to be a while. You know what I'm saying? So they take me down to John. I'm in there for the night. Matter of fact, I had to be there over the weekend, wait for the judge on Monday, whatever. Right? So, boom. I go to court, right? And the public defender was like, ain't nothing you can do. You got a mandatory 9 months for scoutflaw. You got to do a mandatory 9 months. And I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, ain't doing that.
Is there anybody else I could talk to? You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, you can get a lawyer. I'm the public defender or whatever. You can get a lawyer. That's going to cost you like $300, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that either. So I go and study the mandate, which is 9 months. You need 6 tickets. First of all, you got 2 years to prosecute on a ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
Statute of limitation.
Statute of limitation, 2 years. And I never responded to these joints. Right. So since I never responded, I go ahead and appeal one of the tickets. Ticket come off. Now your mandate comes off the table because you only got 5 tickets. Now I make a deal with the DA, pay my $2,500 in tickets over a course of time, and while I'm paying my tickets, I can get my license.
There you go.
There you go.
But they telling me you ain't got no other choice. But the judge had said something that kind of like tipped me off. And I'm trying to remember what she said. You know what I'm saying? But she said something that tipped me off that was like, but she didn't tell me what I could do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she said, I don't remember exactly what she said, but once I researched the mandate, found out they need 6, seen there was a statute of limitation of 2 years on the ticket, we're going to appeal that. And while the appeal is in process, they got to postpone my court date. They postponed the court date while the appeal was in process. The appeal came back, ticket was dropped. You only got 5, you need 6. Yeah, the mandate's out of here. Let's negotiate my license, and we're gonna drop those charges. And that, yeah, that shit
matter.
was all
And that's how you work
For
for
the
law.
kids, you gotta know the law. That's
Yeah.
why you gotta know the law, kids.
Listen,
Word up.
the police don't even know the law. They just know the process.
Yeah.
And the penal code. It
Yeah,
ain't
they
no
know the
laws.
penal code. They don't even know the law.
They don't
All
even-
they know is make the arrest.
They don't even know the process. They
Probably
have-
not.
Right.
They have.
Hence why I'm a
they
free
have,
man.
Right. They have a training that's designed more towards
It's a money game.
right, but it's
a business.
It's designed more towards a physical aggression on society itself from a militaristic mindset,
Right.
versus being one of aid.
It's also a
One of
mind game with
emergency.
those lights and everything, and it's a huge mind game, and that's why when they get behind you and your heart drop in your stomach, you-
When you go to other countries and you see the police,
some of them don't got no guns.
not just that, United States is the only country I've ever been to and traveled the world that police are stealthy
Right.
versus open,
And-
able,
and
alert, and
apparent.
available for
yeah.
you. See, in other countries, police and emergency vehicles all look the same.
Right.
See, like an ambulance, another country looks just like the police car. See, they're both vibrant, they're both painted, and
Yeah, they should be
to
visible.
where I can always see
These
you
motherfuckers be sitting
and
in the
get to
bushes.
you. These dudes hiding
in
around.
unmarked
They in
vehicles.
helicopters. They got drones.
They trying
got
not to be seen.
Cameras that, like in America, you're under constant supervision,
Right.
Which is constant control.
And this is
So,
why, like back in the
like you
day,
said.
like we would be more fearful of the feds because I can't see them. Like I was never fearful of the
Right.
police. I see y'all. I know what time you get off, bro.
Right,
I know what
right,
time your
right,
shift
right,
change.
right.
I used to
3 o'clock.
clock the shit out of the police where I was
That's 'cause you knew.
grinding at.
Right. Hey,
You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
hey. Where you were reading books.
Listen, that shit is over for me. That shit is over for me. I can talk about what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit is over for me. But I knew Cigar and Stout. I knew them by name. I knew what time they was coming through. You know what I'm saying? I had my whole situation clocked out. I knew when they get out, get my money, get gone before after the shift change.
Yep.
The whole situation. You feel me? Because listen, if you ever saw the movie Den of Thieves, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they surveillance their opposition. And a lot of you guys out there, y'all pay no attention to the people that's your opposition in the game that you're playing.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? That's not chess. Y'all playing? What y'all
That's
playing?
checkers.
Checkers?
But they're not playing the same game. They're playing a game that they were implemented into.
Yeah.
We created the game from what we had.
Right.
So our game wasn't a lifestyle of celebrity.
No,
and
no. You
goofiness.
bubble
our-
quietly.
it was a necessity.
I had a record on my first album called Quiet Money. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you getting money, that shit is not loud, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You get money, you're not doing the money phone on Instagram.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's children.
See,
Yeah.
now you still
You ain't wearing
still
the fake
I
Jordan.
might be in the fuzzy robe or something on Instagram
You wanna
and
get
look
that
like money.
Hugh Hefner doing.
Yeah, get my Hugh Hefner on, but I'm not putting the money on Instagram. Y'all bugging.
now
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you play basketball. They playing lacrosse.
Yeah.
It's a whole total different game.
It's a
bro.
whole total different
like
game.
What they doing? They're imagining that they're playing basketball. They think they playing basketball.
They think they playing.
but they're really playing lacrosse. Somebody got them looking stupid, and they're a part of a machine that's revolving that constantly keeps money
And I'm gonna tell y'all,
going into the industry.
y'all look crazy.
that prison
Yo,
specialists-
I'm gonna be honest with you. Keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Y'all look crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna talk about
yes,
tonight's topic about.
we're gonna talk about tonight's topic. I done
And
got
there was-
my
So we could throw you under the bus.
yeah.
now.
We definitely gonna throw her under the bus on this one.
Wow. Okay.
But
Roll it.
I got my beef, my gripe. I had to get my gripe off
Oh, I got you.
with Philadelphia.
Roll it all on
But-
me. Okay.
Tonight's topic: can you have a consistent sex partner and still be single?
Yes.
Yes.
That's. I'm gonna say yes. That's 3 yes.
No.
We have a no
From a male too.
from a male, which is crazy. Ja, what do you say? Can you have a consistent sex partner and still be single? Oh, this topic was brought by Lavette Ford too.
Yes.
Like this was her.
Yes.
Shout out
Yes,
Levette.
Shout out Lavette Ford.
there's there's a duality to it.
There's always.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, the activity of having consistent sex, regardless to whom or what you are, when you're human, having consistent sex, the purpose of sex is bonding. So when after the first initial experience,
I think that differs.
Well,
But I'm gonna let you finish.
Well, after the first initial experience, regardless of whether you're conscious of it or not,
Right.
when you begin a repetitive action of sex or intercourse, it's an activity of intimacy that builds an emotion. So you can be under the verbal guise that there's no relationship
Right.
or no connection of commitment, but the emotional and psychological
Aspect of it.
But
factors
are you
are
still
already there.
single though?
No.
Well, you're still single in a technical sense, meaning that you're not married or you're not engaged or in the activity of a
They
responsibility
have no
of a
rules
committed
over what you have
relationship.
to do.
Right.
Right.
But you still you can
Right.
walk around and say I'm not single with nothing on your finger or nothing verbally, but just like when you lay down with that woman, when you
Right.
get up, you can't just do the things you used to do before you had sex with her.
3 times. Listen.
I don't know about that.
3 times is a deep bond.
Yeah,
Let me explain.
3 times.
Let me
I'm gonna let everybody get your shit off.
Once y'all
and
go,
then I'm gonna
Hey,
come
listen,
clean the room up.
Once you go 3 times, y'all are connected. Once y'all do 3 times, y'all are connected,
Even with the rubber,
even with the rubber.
I think
because
they,
rubber blocks electrical current.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But your
mean nothing,
skin's
no.
still touching.
Yeah.
touch
All right,
it.
so even if I'm just hugging somebody,
Yes.
without
Yeah.
It's the
okay.
same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
you know there's 3 types of hugs, right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So,
All right, wait.
Yes, yes.
Explain that
Hold on,
hugs.
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the 3 types, but I just want to clear some things up
Can
right
I?
now.
Let me say one.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say you can still be single, long as everybody.
She's got a lot of experience.
Wow.
I just I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, but like if everybody.
She's been single for years.
Yeah,
But go
I
ahead.
have been. Thank you.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, as long
With
as everybody
bennies.
knows the rules of engagement, everybody's good. I mean, if one person starts catching feelings, I had nothing to do with that. Those are your feelings. You created them by us, and I'm like,
The person created their feelings on their own.
no, well, the action.
Oh, because when it comes to
said.
babies, y'all don't feel that way.
Right. Say it again, baby.
Okay.
That's another time. I have a question. I hold camera for that.
Okay.
if you say
Not
if
this-
someone catches feelings, right?
It's
Right.
not your
Then
fault.
it's not your fault.
how's
Now,
that?
in
Okay.
the demographic of logic and reason, which part
Oh,
of male or
remember-
female
Okay.
is the first to
catch
encapsulate feelings?
feelings.
Right, but
Which normally, likely most than not.
well, girls mostly catch feelings mostly before
And why
guys
is
do.
that?
Because it's how we are. We're emotional.
Well,
Wouldn't it be from repetitive interaction,
Right.
from a sexual
But I'm going
partner?
to tell you about my experience with that. I had that. Okay, and I was like, long as you know, don't catch feelings. It ain't gonna be like that.
Right.
We having fun.
He ain't
Go out
knocked
to
the
get some
bottom
lunch,
out of it.
whatever.
He ain't knocked the bottom.
He ain't
out
knocked
of
the
that.
bottom out of it.
You did not get
Listen,
the ooey.
You gotta go all the way to the back of the bus.
Right. Say it again, Black. Where you gotta go?
If you
Rosa
in the
Parks.
front of the bus,
You gotta Rosa Parks,
You gotta park in that motherfucker. Watch the joint behind you, Q.
Let's turn my head this way.
Mr. Twist, I heard all y'all, and I'm the only dude to say no. The reason why I say no is that my mother always told me that 2 people can't get in the bed without at least one person coming out with some type of feeling. I ain't never not, do my thing and not have a chick wanting to be, some more. Now, just because you have a relationship with that individual. Now, the dynamics of your relationship could be 2 different things.
Right.
But guess what? Once you have sex with somebody, you lay down with somebody, whether it's one time or half a time, because I know how women don't count it sometimes. But even if it's one time or half a time, I'm gonna tell you something. You're connected to that person for the rest of
For
your
your
life.
rest of your life.
So you're no longer single. You're now you got another dead body.
So can I
There's some semen
interject?
demons.
Another dead
Hold on.
There's some semen demons in this room.
Can I interject now?
That's real talk.
Can I interject now?
Go for it.
All right.
Interject.
So, my philosophy is this, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Sex has 3 purposes.
Okay.
3 purposes. 1, to create a life. 2, flesh enjoyment. 3, creativity.
Well,
Creativity.
Yeah.
sex. I'm gonna
Hold
say
on, hold
4
on.
because it's a form of communication too. Because when her body's talking, I'm listening.
All right.
But that's flesh enjoyment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me finish.
Right.
That can fall under the enjoyment of the flesh, right? Make your nerve endings stand up underneath your skin. That woo, yeah, all that shit.
Well,
Right?
you can
Hold on.
tell if she's selfish or not too.
All right, we're gonna get in that too. But you know what I'm saying? The creativity part, right? The wanting to be able to create. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our talents, you know what I'm saying, stem from that urge, that sexual urge. And if you can transmutate that energy, right, you can use it for your creativity. And I'm going to give you 2 artists that told y'all this. Jay-Z said it one. He said, I got a room with nothing but condoms in it, the same place where the rhyme invented. So all I do is rap and sex. Imagine how I stroke. You see how I was flowing on my last cassette.
Rapid fire.
Right? And then Rakim said, self-esteem make it seem like the thought took years to build. Right? And self-esteem, not.
Getting.
But where do you get that
somebody
from
else.
though? As a man, most of us, we get that ego, that idea of ego from the women that we're capable of attracting.
Sure.
Not the ones not we're attracted to, but the ones that we attract, right? So when you take that energy and you're able to transmute that energy, you can also use it to create for your future, right? So the women, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got this ticket because I was with somebody I shouldn't have been with.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that energy,
It's her fault. It's her
I'm not
fault.
saying I'm not placing fault.
I'm just playing with you, man.
Right, but
Never said it was a girl.
me knowing the energy, you know what I'm saying, of the people, like, you're not responsible for people's energy, you're responsible for the energy that you bring in your circumference.
That's fair.
Right? So knowing that energy always creates a downward spiral for me, and me allowing that energy, and then this happening, you know what I'm saying, it just confirms what I've already known. You know what I'm saying? So when you have sex with someone, depending on what that energy is creating, because even if you're not making a baby, you're making something, you're probably making a future for yourself that you're not even aware of. Right? So having sex with someone and you don't know if, like, it's a blessing if that person mentally wants the best for you, but it's a curse if that person is not for you.
Sure.
So you have to understand the energy that you're dealing with. And I know you're going to expound on this, John.
There was I don't know if you guys have read that book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
actually addressed that same issue in that book too. So
most
the
successful
idea-
men after 40, you know what I'm saying, that is inspired by a woman will reach the success. Will reach the success pinnacle that they are trying to obtain, right? And if you take a look at most successful
if
men,
they channel the energy,
if they channel that energy and because sometimes they'll get there and think it was them on their own,
Right.
and that that woman had nothing to do with it. Then they'll leave that woman and then start spiraling back down,
Yep.
right? Because they don't know that it was her. The energy or the chemistry that you connected with her is what propelled you.
Sure.
You feel me? Like
Right.
2 of the most strongest forces in the world, attraction and repulsion. That shit keep planets in orbit, man.
That's facts.
Well, we got to look at something as well. The purpose of sex has
Sacred energy exchange.
has
I feel a spiritual energy exchange.
well,
Same thing.
either-
Sacred,
either or,
spiritual.
'cause it's the
Okay.
same- well, it can be seen as the same, but sex physically has 2 predominant purposes. One is reproduction. 2 is bonding. So each time you enter a woman, you become one. It's like pieces of a puzzle. If a puzzle just had 2 pieces, once you connect them, they become a unit. Now, while conjoined under that unit, there's an exchange of energy, and that energy becomes one. That's using or expressing the sex physically.
Right.
But when we speak according to the original content, which is consistency, that means there's a repetitive action in the nature of the sex that you're having. So that's what's building the mindset.
Right.
Regardless of the verbal agreement, It's building
The
the
nonverbal
mindset.
agreement.
It's building the mindset, and that's when your
Her case
position.
is verbal though, because she
Yeah,
said
she's-
y'all,
yeah,
made,
she-
y'all made a.
She can
I
say
yawn.
all she wants.
She said
Right.
she and her
She
and her,
can say,
her
oh,
partner
That's
at the
because
time made it understanding.
she was dealing with, as I said before,
A beta.
when you got the when you
Beta
got
male.
Maybe a C rate.
down when you
Or
got a baby
delta.
hand, you just tickle the butt. When you got a baby arm, you tickle them guts. Yeah. See, when you got the baby on, you tickle them guts. It's a whole total different reaction and a different pitch and scale this hit.
That was the
So-
whole reason that you was even able to
So-
have that conversation with that man. Because
Exactly.
he wasn't knocking the bottom out of him.
He wasn't the alpha male.
No.
He'd have licked you lazy.
That wouldn't have the reaction that a woman gets from a man that performs an act of art on her.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
This shit is a
That
fucking
was
art
nice.
form.
sex
Active art.
is
I
an
like that.
artistic.
I bet you do.
It's an artistic. So the imaginative creativity of your partner matters to the degree of satisfaction.
So I got to find me a
So a
Van Gogh.
man that knows what he's doing with a purpose
Or Josky.
is different than the woman that's receiving. See, always in that exchange,
Right.
one's giving and one's receiving.
You
The
need a
woman
Django.
is designed to receive.
Receive,
The
right.
man is
The woman is
designed
designed
to
to
give.
give,
The sun and the earth.
So when the man gives, common example, a man can have the possession of 3 women at one time sexually. If he's prominent in his position, he can satisfy all 3. All 3 can actually have an emotional affinity to that one man.
Right.
But if that one woman have sex with 3 men, those 3 men will be satisfied at her expense,
Right.
at her worth, at her use. And then they're not committed to either is committed to her after the
Right.
act. Neither do they think are committed because now a repulsion comes in due to the fact that they had to share
Right.
that intimacy. So there's a difference in the nature when having sex. And if a man does the right thing to satisfy you, then there is no doubt in anyone's mind. Even when he's away, you think that he's yours. And that prevents him or you from even being single because you're not single even in thought.
Even to piggyback off of what you just said, that's why, if you think about it, women are a lot stronger than men in certain aspects.
Yes.
When you think about it, women can forgive a man for cheating.
Yes.
A man, once you give it up, you can forget about it. Our relationship is
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care how much he tell you. Oh, baby, it's sorry. We can get over this. I forgive you.
It ain't gonna never be what it was.
Never be.
It's his nature.
Never.
He's logic and she's naturally emotional.
But if I
so it
okay.
varies for her.
That's why
I would
Will
say
Smith
like
was
this, if-
looking like he looked at the red table.
Especially when it's with somebody known and popular. Like sometimes when it's with a motherfucker like that ain't got no name or whatever, like you may be like, oh, well, I'm Will Smith, so. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, damn, you let August Alsina blow your back out.
Yeah.
But that's
Why you gonna go there?
But I mean, that's what
Well, I
happens,
mean,
though.
okay, so
That's a
what
great
happened.
example of a sucker, though. See,
All day.
see, like you, see, that's that dude that you be like, yeah, nigga, it's just this, it's nothing more, nothing less. And see, he get caught up into that, and see, he get emotionally attached. And I was
Right.
speaking to a few sisters about that. See, he got so emotionally attached to his dreamscape that he didn't wake up. When in reality,
When the reality
see
hit him.
me, if I'd have been hitting Jada, okay, you going home to him. I'm just staying in the room with us. Cause I want to hit Gabrielle, I want to hit everybody else along the
wow.
way. See, I
Big
want-
facts.
I know my
Big-
work.
big facts.
If I'm hitting you and you like me to be around,
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
And they get down.
no hard feelings. You gotta go home.
This is why this is my guy.
Right,
You
listen.
gotta go home.
There's only one part of
but
that.
take
he
care.
missed.
I'm ready to set it off. I'm about to get Vivica. I'm about to turn Cleo
Take care of
straight.
me. See, take care of me. Like I took care of you.
Right.
See, you chose me.
Right.
I didn't
You know the
choose
name
you.
of the game.
You know the name of the game?
Name of the game.
Damn real. So being that you chose me,
mutual choice,
just
Genevieve.
give me
What?
Give
No.
me what I gave you.
Women
See?
determine that.
Y'all choose.
Y'all
look,
choose.
look, you
There's
said-
always ladies' choice.
Hey,
We
Ross,
have no
you said
say.
no hard feelings, right?
Right.
So your dude, if your girl want to hit because she need to get quick, guess what happened? You should give full authority or permission for him to go right on ahead and experience.
But I
right?
saw an interview with City Girls where one of the City Girls said she would have a problem with one of her homegirls hitting a dude that she was hitting on.
It's,
Right.
it's, not a,
Even if it
it's
was-
a girl code.
Why? Girl code. You're single.
You're single.
But that's
Oh, you're single.
She made it look too. She
But
made it
listen,
look
no,
You're single.
amongst women, I mean, I don't know. It's just something. Like I had one of my girlfriends, the guys she was liking, started hitting on me. But I'm like, you so and so's girl, you slept. But I don't want your leftovers. You her leftovers.
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 Thanksgiving.
Leftovers will fill an empty stomach. You hear me? I don't know what the hell you talking about. No,
No, but
can't get away from it. If your paramour decided to be interested in one of your friends, you are single, not connected.
Right, and
No
I have no right to get
emotions.
upset about that. You're right.
You have no right to get upset.
But you will get upset.
No, not at all.
You will get upset.
She'll probably hate
She
you
gonna
so
say
all
no.
day.
She gonna say no.
Why would she get
That's
upset
just
though?
like-
You know why?
That's-
Because he ain't making her go, ooh. You ain't letting that
It
go.
got anything to do with anything. It's just,
Everything.
everything. That's everything.
Everything. See, I keep telling you, baby arm, tickle the
Tickle
gut.
the
Baby head, tickle the butt. Baby arm. It's a big difference. You got that baby arm. It's a big difference. Just fantasy.
Yeah, 'cause I tell a chick in a minute, I got baby dick.
Hey, man,
6 pounds and 3 ounces.
I always tell them I got 4 inches. Some women like it that wide.
You know my rule and my reputation.
like I think like this here. You can't
What you call a man with
if-
3 legs and 2
And when
feet?
you with somebody, otherwise you can't stop somebody.
Hold on.
Like when you with somebody, right? If you say, okay, we're gonna have it this way, we're not gonna cheat, that type thing like that. I can't stop from cheating on me if you want to cheat on me. I would just rather you give me the respect and just roll out with your stuff.
But we're going to have it this way as a commitment. That's
Right,
an
but what I'm
agreement.
saying is like people get into commitments with people
Raj,
all
you
the time,
can't win.
and they're like, oh yeah,
Like-
like you said, girls forgive guys more for cheating. I'm like, just walk out. Just tell me, hey, you going? Okay, you going with her? Have a nice day. Take your stuff with you and be on your way.
What makes you think I got my stuff with you?
Right.
I didn't. I'm just saying.
Like, first of all, my stuff is already where it belongs. I don't have to take nothing.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying, people who are committed to each other have that. Like, okay,
There are those situations where there's the hobosexuals though.
Oh, yeah, you do have hobosexuals that need somebody
and
to live.
they don't bring nothing to the table except slinging that dangling.
A trash bag full of clothes and the PlayStation.
But we talk about the men in this room. We talk about the men in this room.
No, we not. No, we not.
Talk about
No, we
them
not.
dudes. I can't
No, we
identify
not.
with them jokers or nothing. I ain't never been like
But
that.
ladies, y'all agree that they exist, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, and that's we got to be honest, right?
Right.
Here's a question.
It's
for
a
you.
rarity. It's not normal at all. And that guy is only doing what
he should allow
1,000 times females are already doing.
Are they? They
Yes.
are absolutely. Like,
Yes.
first of all,
They have
why do
businesses,
I
websites.
have to, not me personally, but why would a man have to beg you to take you on a date that he's paying for?
Yeah, I don't date them. I don't date them no more.
I date him like I hate him.
I don't date them anymore. This is
No,
what I
I'm
do. This is what I do. I invest my time in a woman. If I invest my time in a woman, I really feel like that with me investing my time, that everything is great. No, I'm not taking you on a date. Let me ask you a question, Roz. If a man makes let's just talk about the average guy at an average job.
Okay.
Is $50 an hour a good paying job?
It's fine.
It's a fine paying job, okay? All right, so this is the thing. The
$50 an hour.
Yeah, $50, that's a darn good job.
Yes. Very
Okay,
good.
so wait. Let me wrap this up because I know I don't want to talk too long. But this is the thing. What I'm saying is that if a guy makes $50 an hour, right, and to take you on a date, the average date, let's just say dinner and the movies. We could even just say Cheesecake
$100.
Factory.
Right.
No, $200.
Yeah.
You forgot you got to eat too.
With the wine, with the wine and all
I just want some water.
Because you got to eat too. So it's a deuce. Like, let's say a quick deuce. And we ain't even include the tip. We ain't even include my gas money to pick you up because y'all done got out of pocket because y'all like to be independent women. Y'all like to be independent women and women at y'all convenience. So now I done picked you up. You heard what I said. The gas in I got a big truck with sitting on 22-inch rims.
Okay.
So therefore my gas costs a lot of money. So I done picked you up in my truck, took you out, had to beg you to do this, spent $200.
Beg?
Yeah, this is what women do.
Pretty much. I had to call you.
beg.
I have to make the first move. I have to call you. I have to initiate all this. All right. Now
I had to put time in,
right,
just to get you to dinner.
Let me get this out. So it's $200, right? Now I make $50 an hour, right? $50 an hour is a great job,
Right.
right? How long is dinner in the movies? About 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I got a hustler's mentality. If I'm gonna spend $200, you know, it takes me 4 hours to make that $200. That's before taxes. That we ain't gonna talk about taxes.
Right.
So why would I spend $200 on a date for you? Like, what have you done for me to make me spend a half a day of my work on you? Now, what I'd like to do is if we spend time together, now, of course, if we together and we chilling, we getting to know each other, I'm hungry, you hungry, I'm a provider. You hungry, I'm hungry, we going to eat. Don't worry about that. But no, I'm not taking you to Coco de Chow. I'm not taking you to Sullivan's. I'm not doing none of that.
No, I got you. But like,
I'm not finished. One thing I learned from being
$40.
Yeah, take that $40 over there like you're supposed to. Now this is the twist.
You ain't getting that $200.
And I don't even give him $40.
Getting Royal Farms. I'm just saying the going rate for Brody right now is $40.
No, it ain't. Because when I went to Vegas, they had 3 girls for $99. So it's $99.
That shit was on sale. That shit was on sale.
It's $33.30.
Three for $99.
So and they professionals. Right. They professionals. So instead of doing that, what I'd rather do is this. I'd rather invest my time in you. Let's say we kicking for about 2 months, okay? Me and you kicking it for 2 months. I got a job, you got a job. We got vacation time. We got sick time. You know what? I'm going to take that, let's say for 3 months that we was going out. Let's say I took you out every week for 3 months. You know how much money that is?
What?
You know how much money that? Let's just say I took you out. Let's say I took you out twice for 3 months. With that same money, it only cost me $1,000 to take you to an all-inclusive resort and saloon. I can get you a stamp in your passport. What you want, huh, baby? Sullivan's or a stamp in your passport?
You want your passport tattooed?
Okay.
Or you want your back bamboo?
And on top of that, by that time, me and you have already built the bond.
Right.
By that time, me and the woman have already built the bond. That it's worth me spending that $1,000 to take her somewhere.
Well, I got you.
But that is if she understands
the expectation of you spending $200, which you expect a lot of women are going to want that. I don't require that.
Listen, ain't nowhere else to go. I'm
I'm
talking about Cheesecake Factory in the movies is $200. See, women don't understand that or appreciate it because y'all don't pay for dates.
right.
Well,
Don't
see,
get me upset.
Listen.
You upsetting my guy. Don't upset my
mom
guy.
always said keep one in your pocket in case things don't go right. So if I'm on a date with somebody and we try to spend that kind of money,
And the moment you go in your pocket, I will never see you
Here
again.
you go.
The moment that you go in your pocket, I will never see you again. And let's tell the truth. The moment you go in your pocket, I will never see you again.
I don't know about that, bro.
I mean, if you,
I don't know about that, bro. You knocking the bottom out. Before that. You should have did that before you went out.
See, I used to have a motto, right?
There's a lot of professional women out here.
Yeah.
Tell you, hold on, this on me.
Now, a woman like that,
or they might say they want to go Dutch up front.
That's true.
Right,
But that's what my
different.
motto used to be all the
right.
time.
But it's
We
not-
go-
that's not your
and
average.
We go
guys
Dutch
don't
until
like that
we
either.
We can all sing together.
See, no, we go Dutch until we fuck. That's the song because
That is a song.
Yeah. Because now
That is a song.
now
Hey, Q.
I've given you.
I want it.
I've given you.
I want parts of that
I've
record.
given you me.
Right.
You've given me you.
Right.
Like DMX said, what the fuck do you want? Like,
Right.
I blaze you, you blaze
Blaze
me.
me.
See, when I
gave me, I gave me.
See, and when you know your value, like I said, back to being knowing the value of a man. See, every man knows. Like, what's my man, Kevin Samuels? Have a man.
Kevin Samuels.
Told my man, say, look, man. Yeah,
That's my favorite dude.
you 5'3", 300 pounds.
You a 6.
He said, nigga.
He said 2 people done came out of you.
He said, yeah, you got a big dick. He like,
That means no.
no, nigga. See, because every man that is well endowed has the same experience. No matter how mad, how crazy, how insane she get,
It don't matter.
She ain't never gonna say, that you got a small dick.
Yeah.
Well, I never put that in the. But if you don't, the first thing. You little dick nigga.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's the first
You know what's crazy? Yeah.
It's
You know what's crazy? My last
That's
joint. You are a straight arrow.
Right.
See,
Right.
it's different. Most arrows wobble in flight.
Right.
See? So you're a gem, a jewel. Hey, but learn about the masses.
The last time I went on a date with somebody pick up at my house, I was like, I didn't give the option. I live in the middle of nowhere. I said, I don't want you coming that far. That's a long drive. I'll meet you out if you want.
You ain't want
if
him
you
to
want
know
to go
where you
drinks, we
live
can
at.
go drinks first together. You know,
That's
but
all that was.
Yeah.
You
You
ain't
ain't want him to know where you live at.
well,
You
no, I
thought he
live
was
far
crazy.
away. I don't honestly. You come to my
What that
driveway.
mean?
You have a purpose to come to my
That
driveway.
don't
You're gonna
mean
get
nothing.
shot if you ain't careful.
See, that means
I live in the middle of the woods.
But it don't matter.
It
You
don't.
want- if you want to travel that far, then welcome it. But if you, I mean, I just
For the
trying to
three
give people an
B's,
option, not
for the
traveling
three
that far.
B's, he coming.
Right.
I don't care who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Word
Say
up.
it again. Say it again, John.
Believe me when I tell
What he
you.
coming for?
He coming for the bread, he coming for the brain, and he coming for the booty.
Right.
You
That's
best
the
believe.
three.
Yo, on that note,
That was good.
Bars.
man. I say what?
He wanted to say something.
I mean, the only thing I was going to address in reference to the idea of begging, I think sometimes how a dude presents himself, if he's coming in with the initiative, because we said the guy's generally responsible for initiating the whole encounter. If he's on point with how he presents himself, he's already going to be attractive to her to the extent that she's more than likely going to want to, because she's already put in her mind whether or not she's going to smash or let you smash.
She knew that within the first 3
That's
minutes.
my
Yeah,
point.
for day
So
one.
if you,
She knew she was
so
gonna
if you're
fuck within
on
the first
point-
3 minutes,
right?
bro.
You
To
gotta
your
do
point,
it
meeting him.
mouth
right?
shut.
So to your point, if you have the right presentation, it's never going to feel like begging because you already set the stage. I'm going to take you here. We're going to meet at this time. We're going to do this. The guy
Right.
that's presenting himself like he's got everything under control, the situation,
Right.
she's going to like that. She's going to almost be like putty in the man's hands if he does everything.
See, Q got
correct.
game.
Yes.
Yeah, he got
Q got mad game. He be humble as fuck, but Q got mad game. I be peeping your bullshit, bro.
I read it in the book. I'm in control because I ain't taking her on no date.
Right.
We gonna do a big date.
Like the
Royal
brother said.
Farms.
You telling me that a girl know she going out with a boss nigga. She know he boss, and she says, "I got this." You tell me that shit don't turn none of y'all men on?
Man, I'm turned on like a motherfucker.
Hey, let me tell you something.
4 dates after that.
No, and she got her game. I'm gonna tell you some real. I'm gonna tell you
And
some.
somebody got insulted. I offered to pay the thing.
But
He
you're
said,
right.
I'm not making him be a man. Let him be the man of the situation.
Because
I'm not
he ain't-
paying
he ain't
out.
comfortable.
Because a man has to first present himself with the 3 P's. Now, those qualifications:
Protect, provide.
protection, provision, and professor. See, I should be able to guide you verbally and mentally, intellectually.
professor.
I should be able to provide what's necessary for you. If in the event, food, clothing, and shelter. I also should physically be able to protect you.
Right.
So if I present those things, as Q said, with masculine confidence, the woman that I attract should be a woman that's in search of, in need of, and desire those things by her rearing and culture.
Right.
So when you get someone else, like the brother mentioned earlier, you got 2 types of professional women that you can encounter.
Right.
One that's in the professional workforce that has a certain sense of pride and independence.
Right.
Let me assist that.
A
We go
woman.
Dutch.
Right.
That's a
However,
woman.
there's the other professional that's out there that be looking for
I
guys.
gave y'all the 4 categories
That
before.
girl, yeah, that be looking for guys that to provide for them.
The girl.
And sometimes that's the guys to pull a man in to spend more. She spent $200 on my meal, and she expect for me to spend $1,000
And
the
see,
next.
and then when those
See?
guys get ruined, the girls who aren't like that get the shit.
Well, you get the residue. You get the residue, but hash still get you high. See, so
Hash still get you
hashies still get you high. So you know what? You get the residue.
I got bars. Hold on, wait. I'm not gonna give her no props on that one because one thing I know as a man is that we deal with y'all issues and y'all
Yes.
baggage.
I
We
didn't
been-
say it wasn't a
Let's talk
universal.
about it.
I didn't say it wasn't a
Let- we-
circular
we-
thing.
we
I
have
mean,
to
it
deal
goes
with it.
around.
That's
But
real.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of girls who get to that the point where they find a person who was those 3 Ps, they're like, oh, well, that last girl ran through me like shit. So now I'm going to ease back on what I can do for you because I don't feel like I want to do that.
We're going to save some of this for the next show.
time.
That's because that man
We're going
is
to
not
save
secure.
some of this.
The reason
for
why
the
that
next
happened
show.
is because that man is not
Don't
secure.
give up all
Right.
reasons.
Soldiers. So
Listen,
next show, soldiers and suckers.
The next show is soldiers and suckers. And we're going to take this out.
And
We're
be
going to take
sure-
this out on a high note.
And be sure to look up on Thursday with me and Q being the afterthought.
Right.
We're gonna-
Make sure y'all check out QMotion
Word.
_ round book on Instagram for the afterthought of today's topic. And we're going to go out on a high note right
On a
now.
high note.
Yeah. With this new joint by me.
Silent.
And we can just rock out.
Busy made that I'm getting the bag, niggas is mad, I just took the roof off.
Hey, hey.
Beam on the glizzy, my shooters get busy, turn you to Rudolph. They know what it is, they know who it is, they know that them niggas not playing. We here for the bread, that press on your head, so we don't hear nothing you saying. Where that? Cash that. 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 Where that? Run it up, cash that. But the boy got a flow game. But the pretty game back, cocaine. Put my city on my back in my own lane. Young nigga from the trap, ain't shit changed. Y'all know how it go when you get in this dough.
All of them hoes wanna
No
ride.
joking aside, I stayed on my ground. Pussy your paper, I had to decide what I had on my eye. Focus on billions I had on my mind. Fuck on the stuff that I had on the side. She sucking so good, I ain't gonna lie. If I could, then I would for a second, I slide. People my horn, she know I'm outside. We taking the ride. She taking from my put her face on my lap, with them kids in her face, and I'm taking her back. She wanted a Birkin. That's why she was flirting. She can tell I'm getting it. Young nigga not hurting. I ain't got time, don't cuff him. Tryna line me up, I don't trust him. Them couple dollars ain't nothing. Let me tell y'all something. I'm getting the bag, niggas is mad. I just took the roof off. Beam on the glizzy, my shooters get busy. Turn you to Rudolph. They know what it is, they know who it is. They know that them niggas not playing. We here for the bread, that price on your head, so we don't hear nothing you saying. Where that? Cash that. 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 Where that? Run it up. Cash that. Where that? Run it up. Cash that. Street nigga, but the boy play no games. Real nigga in my circle, no lanes. Been about my paper since the 8th grade. Young nigga from the trap, ain't shit changed. They know what it is, they know who it is. All of them hoes gonna slide, pennies aside. I'm feeling her mind. One wife, a mistress, a thought on the side. I bust in her eye. She probably want kids, but I'm just not the guy. She fuck with me heavy, I call her, she slide. I fuck her so good when she leave and she cry. Couldn't she win, but she couldn't decide. To stay or to leave is a matter of pride. Probably gonna lie, I won't even try. The hoes I attract, if I give her the dick, then she taking a nap. She only wanted a Birkin. That's why she was flirting. She can tell I'm getting it. Young nigga not hurting. I ain't got time, don't cuff him. Tryna line me up, I don't trust him. Them couple dollars ain't nothing. Let me tell y'all something. I'm getting the bag, niggas is mad. I just took the roof off. Beam on the glizzy, my shooters get busy. Turn you to Rudolph. They know what it is, they know who it is. They know that them niggas not playing. We here for the bread, that price on your head, so we don't hear nothing you saying. Where that? Cash that. 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 Where that? Run it up. Cash that. Where that? Run it up. Cash that.
Woo!